Assalamu alaikum class. Today our topic of discussion is the nesting activities of the birds. Nesting activities are species specific. It doesn't mean that every species have same type of nesting activity. Sometimes some birds made their nest away from their group or away from their flock, and some form nest in their flocks or in their groups. Unfortunately, if the human being is aware about the nesting activities of the birds, it causes the extinction of birds. Mostly human capture birds or their young ones for the purpose of for the purpose of selling in the market. And some birds like parrots, they speak like the human being. Human taught them how to speak and then grew them in their home. So parrot is the most common example of this type of extinction, and many other birds also face this type of problem too. Birds are oviparous. They lay eggs and they have vascular or brood pouch in their body which don't have feathers. And what is the function of the brood patch in the birds? It maintains the temperature of eggs approximately at 33 to 37 degrees centigrade. Group of eggs laid and the chick produced by the female is known as the clutch. Total number of eggs and the young ones produced by the female is known as the clutch. Mostly birds incubate their young ones, their eggs with the help of a brood patch. Some birds sprinkle water on their eggs to maintain the humidity. A common example is the Egyptian plover. It carries water in the breast feather and then sprinkle over the eggs to maintain the humidity of the eggs. Approximately incubation time period varies from 10 to 80 days. Okay, when the growth of young one is taking place inside the egg, before the release from the eggshell, or you can say before 1 to 2 days, birds have a specialized tooth on their beak, and through this tooth they penetrate the air sac which is present at the blunt end of the egg, and then the lungs inflate and these birds start to take breath. All right, then after 1 to 2 days they break the eggshells and then release outside the shell. Now this is most important from examination point of view: altricial birds and the precocial birds. Some birds when hatch, they are helpless at the time of the birth. The terminology used for these birds is known as altricial birds. They are almost naked at the time of the birth. They don't have any kind of feathers on their body, and they have huge appetites. Approximately they eat food equal to their body weight in a day. Common example is the American robin. When it at the time of its birth, it has a weight of approximately 6 gram, but after 13 days when it leaves its nest, and it has a weight of the 57 gram. Other type of the birds are the precocial birds. They are alert and active. They can run, swim, walk. At the time of their birth, their body is covered with the downy feathers. Okay, altricial birds are fed. They are fed by their parents. Now, what kind of signals are important that attract the young ones for the feeding, or that attracts the parents that they have to feed their children? Vocal signals or color patterns on the throat or the bills of the adults initiate feeding responses in the young ones, or bright color mouth linings of the youngs attract the parents. When they make noise for taking the food, their internal lining of throat is shown to the adults or the parents, and this attract the parents. First hatch feed first, because in the clutch, it first hatch has the largest one neck that attracts the parent toward itself. The life of the birds is brief. In the wild, 50% of egg is converted into the birds, because birds face high potential of predation, as well as the harsh environmental conditions. In the captivity, mostly lifespan increases approximately up to 10 to 20 years. Natural longevity or life is short. Longevity of the American robin is 1.3 years, while black-capped chickadee is less than 1 year. So mortality rate is high in the first years from predator and inclement weather, because during the first year of life, they are not well developed, or all the process. They are not well aware how to protect themselves from the predators, and how to take food efficiently, how to protect themselves from the harsh realities of the weathers. This is the completion of the topic. Thank you, class.